Be sure to go and download the Amityville Horror app. It can be found on the App Store and is completely free. We currently use it ourselves and we saw people's comments on it wondering if it's really us. Well, it is. The app is kind of like a social media style app dedicated to horror. On it, we can share content with each other based around horror movies and TV shows, but also creepy content such as urban legends and stories. Along with this, you can share your artwork and anything else horror related. It's actually quite entertaining, so if you're bored and can't sleep, or maybe you don't want to sleep, go and download the app and go and follow us on there. As if these movies were not scary enough, it's frightening to find out that they were based on true events. Number 5. A Nightmare on Elm Street. This iconic Wes Craven movie follows a group of teens. The teens begin to have bizarre nightmares which seem to have an effect in the physical realm. The person haunting their dreams is a man by the name of Freddy Krueger. He is an ex-child killer who was burned alive by a mob of angry parents. He is now back to haunt the kids in their dreams. His victims try to stay awake to avoid meeting him, but they fail every time. The bizarre thing about this movie is that Wes Craven was actually inspired by real events. Wes Craven revealed that an article he read inspired him. The article was about a family that survived the killing fields in Cambodia. The killing fields were a number of locations in Cambodia where collectively more than 1 million people were killed. It was a genocide that took place under the Khmer regime in the 1970s. The article had said that the little boy in the family kept having terrifying vivid nightmares that would keep him up at night. He told his family he believed that whatever was chasing him in his dreams would eventually catch him and kill him. Due to the fear, the boy stayed up for days without sleep. Once he finally fell asleep, his parents thought the madness was over. This was until they heard him screaming. They rushed into him, but he had died. The article stated that he had died during a nightmare. Number 4. The Mothman Prophecies. This one may be hard to believe. Released in 2002, the film follows a journalist called John, who is played by Richard Gere. While driving, he and his wife see a black flying figure and swerve to avoid it. They crash the car and his wife dies in hospital. After this, John finds drawings of the figure in which his wife drew previous to the crash. After this, he finds himself traveling through Point Pleasant, West Virginia. While there, he goes searching for a mysterious winged creature that many people have reported. The descriptions match the drawings his wife done. Believe it or not, this movie was actually based on real occurrences that happened during the late 1960s. Between November 15th, 1966 to December 15th, 1967, residents of Point Pleasant started reporting sightings of a mysterious creature. On November 12, 1966, 5 men who were digging a grave at a cemetery claimed to see a man-like figure fly out from a tree and over their heads. Over the next few days, many sightings were reported. Each report described the same winged man type of creature. Sightings continued for almost a year. This was until December 15, 1967. On this day, a bridge known as the Silver Bridge collapsed. The bridge connected Point Pleasant and Gallipolis, Ohio. It had collapsed during rush hour and resulted in the death of 46 people. After this, no more sightings of the Mothman were reported. This led to the residents believing that the Mothman had something to do with the collapse. Number 3. The Exorcism of Emily Rose. This courtroom drama horror film was released in 2005. It follows a 19-year-old girl by the name of Emily Rose. After she enrolls in university, strange occurrences begin in her dorm. Items start to move on their own and she begins to see demons. As the episodes get worse, she becomes unable to eat and is hospitalized. She is then diagnosed with epilepsy. However, the medication prescribed to her has no effect. Once she is sent back home, the symptoms become even worse and her friends believe she may be possessed by a demon. They inform Emily's family, who get in contact with a priest who performs an exorcism. Shortly after this, Emily dies due to self-inflicted wounds and malnutrition. After this, the priest is sent to court as he was accused of negligent homicide. This movie was actually based off the terrifying story of Anneliese Michel. Anneliese was a German woman who had an exorcism performed on her in 1975. The priest believed she was possessed by demons. When she turned 16, she had a seizure and was diagnosed with epilepsy. She was also treated for depression at a psychiatric hospital. At the age of 20, she became much worse. She started to despise various religious objects, and she also started to hear voices and felt suicidal. Her family believed she was possessed by demons and reached out to a Catholic priest. They asked the priest if he could perform an exorcism, but he rejected. Shortly after, he got permission from a bishop, and he and a second priest performed several exorcisms on Annalise for a course of 10 months. 67 exorcisms were performed. They would usually be performed 2 times a week and would last 4 hours. Here is an alleged recording from one of the sessions.
Weil er nicht dorthin kommt, wo der Schöpfer ist.
Aber für uns gibt's kein Zurück.
On the 1st of July 1976, Annalise died in her home. She died from dehydration and malnutrition. This was because she refused to eat during her last few exorcisms. After word spread about her death, her parents and the priest were charged with negligent homicide. Number 2. The Haunting in Connecticut. This film was released in 2009. It's about a family who moved to Connecticut because their ill son needs special treatment and the hospital is located in Connecticut. The son was suffering from cancer of the immune system and needed special treatment for it. This resulted in the family driving back and forth from the hospital. One day when they were driving back, they noticed a house that had a for rent sign which was close to the hospital. After viewing the house, they decided to move in. This is when it gets creepy. The family realized that the house used to be a funeral home. After this, creepy poltergeist activity begins and the sick son starts to have visions of spirits. Later on, they find out that the previous owners had performed seances and would practice necromancy at the home. The spirits in the home become extremely violent and some forms of possession occur. This leads to the family selling the house. The scary thing about this movie was that it was based on true events. It was based on reports from the Snedeker family. They actually had a son called Philip Snedeker who had cancer of the immune system, and due to this, they moved to Connecticut. Also, the house was actually a funeral home. Here are some eerie reports from the family. According to Carmen Snedeker, who was the woman of the house, she claims that while she was mopping the floors one day, the water had changed and looked like blood. She said that she was terrified and started to believe that she might have been damaging the floor. She also reported that once before dinner, she had set the table, but when the family returned to eat, the dishes had been put away. The middle son, by the name of Bradley, claimed that the lights would flicker and randomly turn off. Carmen also reported a terrifying event in which a shower curtain almost suffocated her. She claims it mysteriously wrapped around her face and she struggled to remove it. The family had reported that they would often find old toe tags of the deceased laying around the house. Number 1. The Amityville Horror. Originally released in 1979, there was also a remake released in 2005. This movie follows the Lutz family. They move into a brand new home located in Amityville, New York. The previous owner had murdered his entire family. He claims that the voices inside the house persuaded him to do it. After the Lutz family move in, supernatural occurrences begin within the house. One of the children claims that she can speak to the ghost of the daughter who was murdered in the house. The paranormal activity continues, and it's found out that a cult leader also used to own the house. After this, the man of the house by the name of George Lutz becomes very abusive against his wife. His wife believes he is possessed and quickly flees from the house with the children as he attempts to kill them. The movie was actually based on the real-life Lutz family. They moved into a house in Amityville, Long Island in 1976. They only lasted 28 days due to the chilling events that took place. The 6-bedroom house had a swimming pool and boathouse. It sounds like a really nice place. Well, it sure wasn't. Danny Lutz, who was 10 years old while living there, recently revealed the nightmarish happenings. He claims he saw items fly across the room and even saw substances spewing out of the walls. Just over a year before they moved in, a man by the name of Ronald Defoe shot and killed his parents and 4 younger siblings. It's believed that they were killed at 3:15 a.m. The real George Lutz reported that he would wake up every night at 3:15 a.m. for no reason. Although there was many reports of paranormal happenings, many believe that their stories were fabricated. This includes a local lawyer who claimed that the family made up the stories over many bottles of wine. People believe that they simply left the house because George couldn't afford it due to his income. Thank you so much for watching. If you like horror-based content like this and scary stuff, then be sure to go check out the Amityville Horror app I described earlier. The link should be in the description, or you can click on the screen to go to the App Store, or simply just search for it on the App Store. Once again, thanks for watching. Goodbye.